Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas, and I'm thrilled you guys are here. Thank you so much for being here, and hope you're having a wonderful night. It is Wednesday, and we have 2 hours of paranormal fun-filled adventure right ahead of us. I got something bit my leg, so I'm leaning down, scratching it. Probably a mosquito, but you never know. I'm just saying, I didn't see it happen, so it might be paranormal. All right, guys, so I hope you're all ready because, I don't know, we're going in. All right, we are back at it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It is our fun-filled 2-hour commercial-free Wednesday extravaganza. By commercials, I mean that we don't have to take any breaks because it's not a network night. But we can always throw commercials at you. Like, for instance, before I go any further, let me just introduce you to my good friend and co-host, Mr. Don Longbeard. Welcome, brother.
I'm a commercial now?
Well, you're commercially viable.
Oh.
For beard products, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you know,
I was going to go into some commercials after I introduced you.
I would love to have somebody come in and ask me if I would like to have beard products, you know.
I mean, who wouldn't want their beard product endorsed by Don Longbeard, for God's sakes?
Gosh, yes.
That screams endorsement to me.
That's awesome. I don't know. Would I take product? Product. I call it product. What do you use in your beard? I use product.
I use a special product. A proprietary blend of nectars and honeys. I don't know what the hell he uses in it either, ladies and gentlemen, but it's always so lush and I don't know what the hell to use. Shiny. We'll use shiny.
Lustrous.
Lustrous. There you go. But welcome to the show, brother. How you doing?
Doing good, yeah.
All right.
It's a day that I didn't have to work.
Wow.
What's that called?
That's called
day off.
Nirvana.
I wish.
Nirvana on Earth.
Ugh.
But let me just talk to you guys about this. We can have our regular commercials, like such as this, which is our Teespring site, ladies and gentlemen, and several of you have wonderfully helped us out here. Been over here and purchased something of your very own, brandishing the coolest logo in all of internet radio and podcasting. I'm just going to go out there and just say that.
I like it.
Yeah, and most of these are designs by our own long-bearded co-host. He came up with a lot of these different pieces of attire that could be available. Nobody looks better in a wife beater than Don. Sorry.
That's a basement dweller.
Sorry. Everybody should have a wife beater of their very own. I don't even like that term. It
I
just
don't
sounded
either.
so hilarious in my
Basement dweller shirt.
yeah, that's Don's deep freezing attire.
Oh,
So
goodness.
his meat prep shirts.
Meat prep shirts.
So you too could get your own Paranormal Portal branded shirts, muscle shirt or T-shirts or pullover hoodies or leggings, or you
Yes.
can get your own mug with a couple of sayings. One of which is my closing to every show is out here, and that's "Be good, be kind, be nice," etc., etc. I'm paranormal without my coffee.
That's me.
Was this yours?
No, that's.
Oh yeah,
just-
that is you.
I am me.
Yeah.
That's me. You know what I should do is I should actually take the logo
Uh-huh.
off there and put it on the backside, so you got something to look
You
at. on
could.
the sides.
You could, yep. But yeah, there's some options here, including stickers and phone cases. So something for everybody. And there'll be more stuff like a bumper sticker
Bumper
that
sticker.
sometime is going to make the
It'll
page
get up there.
at some point in time.
I don't know how big I'm going to be able to make that though, because there's limited sizes. Like the big sticker, that's the largest sticker we can get.
This one is.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be.
Don't break for Dogman. It's
Yes.
big enough.
Yeah,
I think
it
it's
should,
good.
It should work.
Yep. So we're going to get that one up there. And thank you to Cha Cha again for coining that phrase. So this is one of your options, ladies and gentlemen, for helping the portal and getting
Yes.
something extraordinarily cool as well. The other thing you can do is, if you're a fan of the show, if you're a fan of the theme song to the show, you can now go over here. And this is a site I put up for, it's a brentthomas.bandcamp.com, and it features the song Feline, which is what you heard when you came in the door. That one right there.
Such a beautiful song.
Yep, that's there waiting for you, ladies and gentlemen. You can download it for as little as $1 or as much as you feel like sharing. But that is an option, so that's another way to help the show.
I wonder if he's going to nail us for a copyright on that.
I think he's okay with it.
All right.
I think he's okay with it. So that's a possibility as well. And you can go over to brentthomas.bandcamp.com, and that link is in the description, as is the Teespring site. So it would certainly help us out a bunch to continue the things we're doing on the show.
On our shoe.
On the show, and including more field events that we'd like to do. So,
Yeah, gosh, I'm so jelly.
well, hopefully the next one you'll be able to actually come,
Well,
and
yeah.
that would be wonderful to have you actually out there with us.
Tell my boss no. I'm
Yeah.
not coming to work on these days. I have something important to do.
Yep.
Not that work's not important, but it's not the most important.
Well, it's kind of important to eat, but just call me
Yeah.
old-fashioned that way. But anyway, we'll hopefully put more of those together. But
Yes.
if you choose to find something on either the store or the digital download of the song, it certainly helps a bunch. So thank you guys to those of you who have. Several of you have gone out and downloaded the Feline song, and thank you guys. That has been amazingly helpful. So, but we have a whole night of fun ahead of us here, and I know that I'm excited moving forward here.
Oh, absolutely.
So, just to let you guys know, we just got done an hour ago
Yeah.
guest hosting Bigfoot Odyssey, which was a good time. It was a lot of fun working with Daniela over there, and we had a guest, Mr. Tracy Arnold. Yeah, thanks. I'm trying to multitask. That doesn't really work real well, but and we had a good discussion over there and a real nice time. So thank you guys for letting us be a part of your show over there. We had a lot of fun. Little glitches at the front, but that's the first time I've done their show, and it's a whole different format and setup than what we do over here. So there were some things I wasn't quite clear on before showtime. One of which is how long is the pause for the intro. And so I sat there and stared at the screen for a couple seconds, and then I had a link open to the YouTube page and got a bunch of echoes. which was my second mistake. And
yeah.
other than that, I think I did okay.
Yeah, was it great? I mean, you just got to get used to, getting. It's like driving somebody else's car. You got to get in there. You got to find the lights. You got to find the blinkers.
Right.
You got to find out where the windshield wipers are, and
there you go.
Adjust the seat and the mirror, and you're good to go.
That is absolutely right.
You drive a car just like you drive your car. It's just getting used to getting into that car.
Right.
Yep, it was awesome.
It was awesome. So I got something here from thesingular40.com. This sounds like it would be kind of ugly. Now, when we were in Coloma over the weekend, Dan and I got this weird EVPs that would come through. We were using instrumental transcommunication, so we weren't using just digital recorders asking questions and hoping a voice would come through on the recording. We did the sound bank, just random vowels and sounds and such that would come through. And the idea is using stochastic resonance. You'll have to look into that. There's a whole science behind it. It's been validated by science. So it's not just a wild theory, but the idea is that the energy of an area can manipulate the sound that comes out of a speaker or something, the generated sounds. So and maybe perhaps that's what happens with disembodied voices, is another example of perhaps stochastic resonance, that they're able to grab the existing sound resonance and create a voice or, some message or whatever. So we kept getting this woman moaning. And then we got this other one that when we were over in the hunting cabin going bang, bang, like that. And that wasn't even on the sound bank at all. That wasn't even in there. We listened to it for hours and hours and hours and hours. Prior to that sound never came up. And we went through that sound bank hundreds of times throughout then. So
right.
You know how you get to where you can recognize what's normal and what's not normal?
Right.
Well, the not normal was definitely the bang and the woman moaning like, like almost like very sexually. And and it was like, wow, what is this? And then the woman crying. Right. was just heartbreaking. So very cool things. But this is something coming out of well, let me just read it. This is from thesingular40.com, ladies and gentlemen, one of my go-to sites for these Wednesday shows. It says, wailing ghost reportedly terrifies inmates in Indian women's prison. It says, inmates at a women's prison in the Tihar jail prison complex in Tihar village in Delhi, India, have reportedly had repeated encounters with the ghost of a mysterious wailing woman, according to an August 2nd article in the Times of India. A ghostly wailing is said to be heard every night at around 2 a.m. in barrack number 6, sometimes accompanied by the apparition of a woman. The haunting terrifies the inmates enough that they have begun screaming and crying in anticipation of the event as its time approaches, and it's said to be so disruptive that it is preventing the women from sleeping at night. The source of the strange sound has not yet been determined, but some rumors say that the prison is haunted by a former inmate who committed suicide, perhaps under the duress for having been falsely accused of her crimes, and who now wanders the prison complex displaying her distress through plaintive wailing. And in contrast, skeptics so far blame hallucinations and mass hysteria for the outbreak of reports among the inmates. A similar case was reported in India earlier this year when at least 5 girls attending a government high school in India's Nainital district were reported to be possessed in early February. Officials with the town and school eventually decided to bring in a priest known as a Jagaria, to perform a ritual using Jagar, a type of ancestral worship, to exorcise the spirits. Although Brij Mohan Sharma, a rationalist and scientist at the Society for Pollution and Environmental Conservation Scientists, dismissed the spiritual activities associated with the incident as superstition. Well, of course they did. He's a scientist.
Yeah.
That's what they have to do. I think they lose their scientist card if they
they get the card pulled.
if they start agreeing with it.
Nope, you're an idiot now. You're a paranormal psychologist.
You're one of them weirdies. You're off of the scientist board. To report a sighting, reach out to the Singular 40. Yeah. So there you go. Wailing ghosts. Kind of sounds like a banshee kind of experience, doesn't it?
I don't know about that because a lot of banshee. No, I guess not. Just the harbinger of death kind of
Well,
thing.
it's usually a
cross my
heralding
mind.
of death in a banshee's
Right.
case, and mostly banshees are attached to a family line from
Oh,
Irish
yeah.
descent. But the old wailing ghost thing is what I was getting at, I guess. The tormented spirit.
Right.
That's got to be horrible. I mean, how do you, you know, here's the thing with hauntings that were usually started by what? Why is that funny?
No, Duke says they lose their Bill Nye fan club card.
Damn it! You can't give up the Bill Nye card. You get a free test tube every 5 punches. But I think about these spirits that were once human beings, and to me, I don't know what the state is, but I think they're just locked in such a state of torment and madness, or they're just a fragment of what was left from the person when they deceased. Like
Right.
maybe all that pain is just left behind because the spirit can't bring pain to it into the next world. So all of that pain and anguish and anger gets left behind and kind of creates its own entity.
Right.
But I'd like to think that if they were human, you could reason with it and go, it's over now. It's over now. You can stop crying and go to the light or something. But maybe it's just something that's shed from a person
Right.
prior to them passing and crossing over,
Right.
and that something then becomes its own thing. I don't know. I kind of like that possibility because I don't know what to think about this whole ideas of spirits being tormented and I don't know, trapped.
I well,
Lot
so
of
when you
no's.
talk about what
A lot of knows.
you think about, somebody committing suicide,
Uh-huh.
and there's a lot of dogma around suicide regarding
Sure.
religions and such. So, I mean, does what you believe, religious wise or spiritual wise, does that attach you to that dogma? And like say, Catholicism, they say suicide is an unforgivable sin. Well, okay. So they say you don't go to heaven for that. So if someone is actually Catholic and they commit suicide, does that dogma follow you as well? I mean, so you can never be, you can never ascend, or you're trapped in a hell on earth, or something like that, or trapped in limbo, or purgatory, whatever you want to call it, And so would that be what happened to this person? They took their own life, and out of despair, and now they're attached to the place that they committed suicide.
Maybe.
You know,
That's a possibility. I don't know. And that's the big mysteries, I guess, in all of this is that nobody really knows.
oh yeah,
We just don't know. But it's some of these questions are the things that I wonder about. How do we get? Where does it progress? Is what I'm wondering. We got these weird shells of people lingering, but
Right.
could they be talked to, and how can they be talked to, and can they really hear us when we think they can? Are they really hearing us correctly? I don't know. It's just a million and one questions that come up every time I read stories of some just tormented soul, and because it's just so sad. I would just hate to think that that's as good as they can ever hope for.
Yeah, that's
I hope
sad.
that there's some time they get to a point where, oh, whew, I worked through that. Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a process that they have to complete or something.
Right.
I don't know. It's just really weird, really bizarre. And ladies and gentlemen, nobody has the answers. Don't let them confuse you. Don't let them, there's lots of people claiming absolutes and answers in the paranormal, and they're all full of beans.
Yeah, there's nothing
Really, there's no way people know all of these things that they claim. Now, there are those people that claim to be in contact, and there are some people who are extraordinarily talented people, many of which that I believe I know. But, I think none of those people will tell you they know all the answers.
Right.
At least the ones that I think that are worth their salt.
Mm-hmm.
They don't claim to have it all dialed in and figured out, because there's just no way to know. So if you ever come across somebody that just claims they got all the answers, they're probably full of it. So,
Right.
just my 2 cents on that. But I think that there's just no way to know.
So, Black Tree says beans. Put that on the Paranormal Portal bingo card. Beans,
Okay.
because we're all beans.
All right. So here's another one. And again, this comes up every so often. I don't know why this happens. Okay. Mutilated cow documented on video by a Florida couple. Mutilated cows, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, aliens still have a lot to learn
From this
from
BS.
From BS, yeah. Like literally. I don't know what I haven't read the article, so I don't know the meat of it yet, but
Ba-dum-pa.
oh yeah, sorry. That was completely unintentional, but wow. Look at that, Don. I can't show the video,
my.
but that's like totally emptied out.
Yeah.
That's pretty bizarre, huh? Now
That actually, except for the lack of blood,
right.
it looks predatory.
Yeah, perhaps this was already left in there and got dug out by a predator. I won't show this because it's pretty graphic,
It
ladies and
actually
gentlemen.
is, yeah.
But just pretty bizarre. So, but I can read you the article of it. It says a video shared on YouTube last May shows a dead cow that appears to have body parts cleanly removed. The mutilated animal was filmed by Aaron Lynn and Jody Houston, who claimed to have seen strange lights over the pasture near Ocala, Florida, where the deceased cow was found. The video description read, extremely graphic content bovine cow mutilation. Or bovine, I guess, bovine. Suspected reptilian alien mutilations.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
How do they get to that how do they get to that point where it's got to be reptilian aliens? I can tell. Last night these lights were everywhere out there, says Lynn as he approaches the corpse. How fresh do you think it is? Asked Houston. That's been cut last night, responded Lynn. There's no blood anywhere, he continued. There's no eye, there's no blood, Jody, there's no blood. Honey, there's no blood. I don't even really smell. There's no maggots. There's nothing. And this is where we saw the lights last night. I knew it, added Lynn. No doubt, or it says you don't think coyotes or, wondered Houston. No, that was cut, said Lynn. I want you to look at that. That is a cut. There's no bite marks. Clean incisions, missing soft tissue, and lack of blood at the scene are all commonly reported attributes of cattle mutilation. Lynn has posted multiple videos of lights seen above the pasture on his YouTube channel over the past several months. Most recently, he posted a follow-up video to his channel wherein he walked in the pasture and over the hill on the horizon to show there isn't anything really back there. I wanted to walk out there during the day and show everybody what I'm looking at night, Lynn said of the cow pasture, because everybody sees my films at night, they don't understand that there's really nothing out there. And if there is, then it's something that I don't know about. So it's pretty intense. I'd like to know which channel this is.
What's the
Well, I don't know. That's the problem. I'm going to have to...
what's the name of the...
It says... Let's see. The name of one video is UAP/UFO over my head. Solid white light, good footage.
Oh, no, that's something else. Scroll back up. Scroll up some more. There. What's that one?
Mutilated cows, and then in parentheses, alien life suspected, XXX graphic. I don't know why they say XXX. It's not porn.
I won't go there.
What?
There's a lot of strange people in this world. Let me just say that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you weren't going there.
Well,
You did go there. Did you? If you could find out who owns the channel, we can tell people what channel to look for if they want to check out the actual video after the show, of course. Not during the show, because we want to keep you here. We want to keep you here with us. All right. But strange story. Again, what the hell are they learning? What did they learn by chopping them up?
Here it is.
You found it?
Yeah.
Whose channel is it?
It is... Aaron Lynn. Let me...
Yeah, if you can grab a link.
Yeah, I got a link right there, because Don does his thing.
When Don does his thing, so those of you in the chat room, you will see the link pop up here shortly, and you can check it out again after the show.
Maybe I should wait until after like the second hour.
It's fine. If we don't get them back after that, we're doing something wrong.
No, that's true.
If they'd rather go watch cows getting cut up, we're not doing something right here. But very cool story.
Yeah, it's like
Very wild. I don't know why that has to continue to happen. It's like these are supposed to be advanced beings. What do they need to learn yet?
they need a lot of BS.
Yeah, apparently. But they don't take the good cuts. They don't take the muscle and stuff, you know.
No.
Like if it's not for, I don't believe it's for food.
Maybe they're wanting to have it with fava beans.
You just can't script this kind of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You can't write a script like this.
Nice Chianti.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so
that's definitely the video. So yeah.
okay. Oh my God. Okay. Well, this sounds interesting. It says pollution incident responsible for turning England's river Frome, Frome, bright blue, says environmental agency. It says following tests carried out over the weekend, authorities in England have concluded that a tributary of the river Frome, Frome, turned bright blue last week due to a pollution incident. A spokesman for England's environmental agency confirmed that they had found the cause of the pollution and they knew who was responsible, and stated that no wildlife or fish appeared to have died or been distressed due to the incident, because I'm sure bright glowing blue water is good for everybody. We continue to investigate why a tributary of the River Frome in Somerset turned bright blue. We now know that the cause of the pollution and who was responsible. Was it a secret? The spokesman said on August 12th. We cannot comment or share any specifics as further action may be required. Well, you think? They got to clean that stuff up. I almost cussed, because that stuff really irritates me. And we will not respond to speculation on where the pollution came from. We'll work with all parties to prevent a reoccurrence, the spokesman said. There are no reports of dead or distressed wildlife or fish. We'll continue to monitor the tributary and the river Frome today, and we'll work with the responsible parties to remove the pollutant and continue to work on the ground to ensure it doesn't spread further. The water has since returned to its normal appearance. Okay. The incident in 2017, God, that's a while ago, occurred after the investigation of a water bottling plant resulted in Spain's Gran Valira River being dyed a bright emerald green. The river had changed color all the way from its source in Andorra into the Catalonia region of Spain. Environmental pollutants are also considered responsible for 2 incidents of blue snow in Russia within the last 5 years. Wow. Yep, that's all that pollution stuff. I don't understand why they wouldn't name who it was, though. What do they gain? What kind of virtue is there in not naming them? They already broke the law, I would assume.
Right. And it's going to be public knowledge anyhow.
Well, maybe, unless it's going to get buried somehow, but I don't understand why they would protect that. That's actually more concerning as well, because that just sounds like some kind of weird cover-up.
Yeah.
You know, why would you cover that up? Why wouldn't you let people know? You know, show them that you're doing your job. You're an EPA agent. So you should, hey, it was these guys, we know it was them, and they're going to get this cleaned up. You can count on it because we're going to hold them responsible. Not, hey, we're not going to disclose that. Who cares if it's disclosed and then you got to do more action? That doesn't matter. If people know, that doesn't mean you can't continue to seek, retribution or financial punishment or something. I mean, that doesn't matter. If they did it, they did it, That's weird.
It's
oh my God.
Gavel down.
So this has been going around social media all the day.
Real quick, there's
Go ahead.
something wrong with the OBS not showing the chat. It's not rolling again. How did we fix that last time?
Oh, I got to.
Okay.
And hopefully, yep, there it goes. Should be scrolling.
Okay, there we go. That should work.
It should
Sorry,
be.
Josh.
Well, I mean, you should be looking at the YouTube chat anyway. That's
Well,
just a little. The reason that window is there, ladies and gentlemen, is just because in case I have to edit a video because of something being wrong, one of the things that I was really bumming about was if I edit a video on YouTube after we've shown it, then I lose every live chat. So this is a way to retain live chat. I don't know. Maybe if you're looking on a TV or something, maybe it's easier just to watch that little window. But I mean, honestly, it was only added just to provide
Right.
a manner in which to preserve the chat
Right.
in case I have to edit the main video. But normally I don't have to.
But see, there are some people on their phones that can't see the chat because, like, when I turn my phone portrait or landscape, and I have full screen of you, I can't see because for some reason it flashes on and off. The live chat will flash on and off.
Okay.
And it's not stable. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I guess then that's good. I guess we've killed two birds with one stone without even knowing it. I just only included it because I wanted to preserve chat,
Right.
even if I had to do an edit. Because you guys in the chat room are such a big part of the shows. I mean, you guys are a huge part of what we do on the shows, and you're a huge part of the community and the tone of the shows. So to lose that would be like losing another co-host. You know, it would be like cutting an important part of the show out. So that's why I put it in there. But I'm glad it's serving more than one purpose. I hadn't realized that. Go figure. I'm learning as I go. So this this is something that's been going around social media, and I don't understand what this is all about. I mean, obviously this isn't paranormal at all, but it's just stupid. It's just stupid. It says mysterious TV-headed stranger delivers old television sets door to door in Virginia, and I'd be pissed because they're bringing up these old defunct television. Could I have a CRT, please? You know?
Yeah, no doubt.
I need a big, fat, heavy CRT for my TV. I mean, who the hell wants that stuff? You got to usually pay to get rid of it. So this guy's, he's got like a TV on his head, like a small 9-inch TV on his head, like a helmet, and he carries these big TVs up and leaves them on people's porch, and all these doorbell cameras are catching him, and he's waving like he knows they're seeing him. What an idiot. But, God, it's actually kind of funny. It says, a mysterious TV-headed stranger recently delivered dozens of old television sets door to door in the dead of night to residents of Henrico, Virginia, reported WSLS 10 News. Police are reportedly searching for whoever is responsible for dropping off at least 60 cathode ray,
5 dozen.
cathode ray tube sets to confuse citizens overnight on August 11th. My first reaction was just, did we order this? I mean, it's not on Amazon box or anything. It was just kind of strange, said Henrico resident Adrian Gardner, who received one of the television sets. Some residents believe the deliveries were part of a prank to get attention.
You think?
Yeah. I'm thinking it's a senior prank, fellow television recipient Michael Kroll said. You know, maybe it's a senior year, you know, going into high school or something, or some bored college kids before they go back to school trying to create a big buzz. They go back to college and say, hey, look what we did. According to police, more than one person may be involved, and the perpetrators could face charges of littering on private property or illegal dumping. To report your own encounter with the impossible. Oh, that's another one of their... Yeah, they just have that at the end of every article.
The Weird Desk US says ding dong ditch with extras.
Yeah. Have my old toxic lead filled CRT TV, please. You know, I mean, really, you got to usually pay to get rid of those things because they're, you know, they have to be recycled very specifically in order to remain in compliance with laws,
Right.
because of all the heavy metals and stuff in those things. So this person had like 60 of them. My God, I don't know. It can't be that.
He got a hell of a bulk deal.
Well, it can't be really hard to. How do you track down somebody who could have access to 60 television sets, old style television sets at that? There can't be a lot of them around.
Well, at least it wasn't an old console TV.
Well, no, I mean this guy just kind of carries them up, and they're usually about like the old 19-inch, you know, big, huge ones. But it's like, what in the hell are you doing?
Remember when 19-inch was a big TV?
I do, actually, I do. And the funny thing is when I graduated high school, my dad gave me a gift for graduating high school, and it was a 19-inch color television with a remote control.
Oh, wow.
And that was a big deal. I was just like, oh, my God, I got my own 19-inch television. It's color. This is great. And I was just so happy. I was just beside myself because I had a remote control. You know,
Right.
I mean, you got to understand, this is a long time ago, but that was my graduation present. It was a great TV. It lasted forever,
Yeah.
but it finally gave up the ghost. And, right. But yeah, it was a great thing, and yeah, it was one of those gifts that at the time I was really tickled about, because 19
Wow.
inches was a big TV back then for color with a remote control.
Yeah, no doubt.
And without becoming a piece of furniture. Like everything over that was like part of a piece of furniture. Like, you know, the big console ones, like you were saying.
Yeah. They got huge, and then projection TVs, original projection TVs.
Oh yeah, those
were
big
insane.
squares. Yeah, my uncle had one of those.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it projects the colors up from below. It's like, oh my god.
They were like 360 by 360. They were terrible.
And they weighed about 1,000 pounds too.
Right. Yeah, I used to have
Jeez.
actually had a 52-inch projection Mitsubishi.
Oh my god.
Television.
Those things are huge.
They were huge, but it was a beautiful picture. It was actually 1080p, but it was not true 1080p. It was like 1080i or something like that.
Right.
But it was really cool, great picture, and I had that for years. I even replaced the bulb a few times, but
Really?
then the control board went out.
Yeah.
It was time to send it off to the nethers. Not the nevers, but the nethers. So there you go. If you receive a television gifted to you by some television wearing person, then you too are part of the magic that's going on down
Make
there.
sure to get it on video.
Yeah, make sure to get it on video, because it's going viral. So, oh man, this sounds like a Mothman, but it's not given claim as a Mothman. It's saying they're a bat-like creature. It says local investigator reports 2 sightings of bat-like creature with glowing red eyes near Hammond, Indiana. Ooh, more Indiana stuff. Indiana and Ohio are really kind of wacky places.
You think?
Yeah.
No way.
So let's see what's going on. And this is actually Lon Strickler's report from Phantom and Monsters. Recently spoke to South Shore Ghostbusters investigator Mark Hagen, who said that in the summer of 2018 he had twice seen a bat-like creature near Hammond, Indiana. Wow. Yeah, and Phantoms and Monsters is a great site, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out if you want some really good cryptids, news and information. Lon Strickler really does a great job. So his initial email to Strickler contained a summary of the sightings. It was August of 2018. My wife and I were driving south on Calumet Avenue, and we're coming up to a red light at 131st Street. There, I had 131 ST, and I was like, derp, what's that? First, 131st Street. And then we heard what sounded like leather rustling. We looked to the retention pond to our left and saw a glowing red, what I am going to assume were eyes, and large bat-like creature take to the skies. It was dark red colored and easily had to be about 6 feet or more tall from what I could make out. Wingspan was close to 8 to 10 feet or more. That's a big wingspan.
Yeah.
About a week or so later, driving with my colleague in the South Shore Ghostbusters, this time we saw it atop of the Klein Avenue overpass, like it was eating something. We turned around only to see it take off into the skies once more. We've been investigating the area and found this particular creature sticks close to the water. We have heard multiple accounts of seeing red glowing lights over the waters of the Lost Marsh since June or so of this year. Wow. Strickler was able to speak to Hagen over the telephone. He said, Hagen told me he was very familiar with the large fowl in the area and that this being was definitely not one of the indigenous birds known to inhabit the areas around Lake Michigan, he said. Both of Hagen's sightings reportedly took place in the late evening. Hammond, Indiana is a city bordering Lake Michigan on the southeastern edge of the Chicago metropolitan area, and the location of Hagen's initial sighting was less than a mile south of the area where in 2017 a witness reported 2 suspicious red lights that he suspected could have been glowing eyes. Hagen's second sighting is around 10 miles southeast of the 2017 report. The Singular Fortean Society has contacted Hagen and will plan an on-site investigation sometime in the relatively near future. Any photographs or future evidence collected will be presented following that investigation. This is the latest news in a string of Mothman sightings. Oh, they are calling it Mothman sightings, okay. From within a few hundred miles radius surrounding Lake Michigan, including every state bordering the Great Lake. These sightings ostensibly began in the spring of 2017, but more historical accounts are being reported as more people become aware of the phenomena.
Yeah.
Sightings of weird winged beings around Lake Michigan have been reported at all hours, often in or near a park and around the water. Witnesses consistently describe a large gray or black bat-like bird, although in a small number of the cases the creature is described as insect-like, sometimes with glowing or reflective eyes that are red or yellow or orange, and humanoid features such as arms, legs are often reported, and many of the sightings are also of something seen only briefly or are described only as a flying creature with few details, which leaves open the possibility that a large bird or bird-like being could explain some of the encounters. Sightings of anomalous avians include thunderbirds, pterosaurs, and are often reported in or near the same locations as those witnesses have reported winged humanoids. Wow. I don't know. That's a weird one, right?
Yeah.
Where are they coming from? Where are they coming from?
You know, it just brings up that whole hollow earth theory, you know, with the manta rays again, you know, or it brings up the idea, you know, that, you know, we're seeing pterosaurs, you know, flying in and out of dimensional rifts or whatever you want to call that, you know, that's got to be, you know, that's got to be along those lines, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. I don't know. Very strange. It could be. It's hard to know where these things come from. Oh. Where do they go when they're done? I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
You know, we don't need a swimsuit, do we?
No.
The Paranormal Portal swimsuit.
I'm going to see if I can put Speedos on there now.
Oh, God, you can't.
Well, you said something about wanting a uniform.
Yeah, that's...
Could you imagine us sitting up here in our Paranormal Portal Speedos?
No, I can't. I can't and won't. I won't allow my head to go that way, Don. Bikini, I'm okay with, but Speedos, not okay with.
I'd like to say I'd take a AA.
You'd like to, but that would be a big lie.
I'd be probably like C's. I don't know. See, they're right here.
Yeah. No, you didn't. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. I need to make more money. This needs to pay a hell of a lot more.
You know what would help me is if I worked less. That would help a little more sleep there.
Hey, Sage. How you doing? Oh, my God.
Goodness.
I'm so very sorry. I'm not into chats much. Very sorry. I have so much and have been asking to find somewhere to find I fit. That's all.
Oh.
Well, I hope you fit here.
Sounds like you're doing fine to me here, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't apologize for not chatting. I mean, we don't expect people to have to chat. We just hope you enjoy the show. If you're not enjoying it,
give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, just give us a thumbs up and tell people about the show.
How did I get there? Oh,
I don't know.
It's a
sexy dad bod. What's wrong with that? I don't have a sexy dad bod. That's what's wrong.
My bod would be sexier, Dad.
No, dad, not dead.
Oh, dad bod. Oh,
yeah. I don't know if there is a sexy dad bod. Just gonna say. No, I definitely don't have the sexy dad bod. I have a dad bod, but it's not even in the same zip code as sexy. You know, I don't even like to see myself naked, for God's sakes. No. Where's my towel?
I don't have anything but broken mirrors in my house.
That's right.
My house is like a fun house. A million mirrors. I don't know which one's me today.
They're all bendy and make you tall and handsome.
I don't know if that's possible.
You can only ask so much of a mirror.
I know.
Same with mine. I don't know.
That's it. I give up.
Yep. I just buy small mirrors so I can see my face.
Don't start that stuff again.
No. Is it magic mirror? Or is it mirror mirror?
It's always been mirror mirror to me.
That's what I remember. I remember that too. That's all that Mandela stuff.
Yep.
See what he started?
Hey, did you know that MCAT posted EVPs on Bandcamp?
You know, I do remember him saying that. No, MCAT also emailed us a few EVPs, and I'm going to be cracking those open on Friday night, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he sent you new ones?
Yeah, I think they're new.
Oh, okay,
they're
cool.
They're new to me. I don't know, but yeah, very cool. We got a call though. Let's see what's going on with our caller here. This is area code 530. You're on the air.
Hi. I'm gonna give this a call. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you great. You sound wonderful.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. I'm not really sure what story to start with.
Oh.
I have a lot.
Oh. Well, please. Whichever one you like telling the most.
The most?
Whichever one you like to start with.
The most is the longest.
Oh, okay. Well, then start with the shorter one.
This has been going on my whole entire life.
Wow. Can't wait to hear.
I was born knowing that I don't belong here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So I was raised in a very religious family.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very much like a cult.
Oh.
So the outside, I didn't know what the outside was. I only knew that God and the devil existed.
Sure.
That was it.
Okay.
And we went around the world and told the world about that. And anyone that didn't believe us, were sinners.
Oh.
And that was my life until I was in junior high.
Uh-huh.
And but I didn't believe that, and I had told my father when I was 3, when we were in an Asian country, that he wasn't my real father, and that the heaven that he spoke about wasn't the true heaven.
Wow.
And that there were aliens, and that I was a Palladian, and that there were reptilians.
You knew the word Palladian at 3 years old?
And I was born in the 70s.
You knew the word Palladian at 3 years old?
I've been searching and trying to find out who and what Palladians and reptilians and why I was scared of them.
Wow.
Since I was in the 70s, since I can remember.
Wow.
I've died. I've actually reached my 10-year anniversary of my brain surgery.
Oh,
I was
man.
just in your chat.
Okay.
When I died, I went home.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to come back.
I don't blame you there.
I was told to come back.
Okay.
I was told that I came here as a calling.
Wow.
Many people call us different things, but
Mm-hmm.
I heard the call and I came.
Wow.
And that we're here for many reasons, and you can call it amnesia, you can call it many different kinds of things, but we're all figuring it out the same way everybody else is.
Mm-hmm.
But fear is, the number one thing you have to get out.
Yeah.
Fear and ego are the first two awakenings. And there's not just one.
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple awakenings. And each one is frightening and scary because you have to look at yourself in the mirror.
Right.
I've seen multiple UFOs.
Excellent.
I don't remember ever seeing any gray. I actually have my own opinion on that. I find them that they're probably AI.
Uh-huh. Okay.
The more you go into the rabbit hole of spirituality and tarot and witches and spirits and Bigfoots and all of that, the aliens and paranormal, and it's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no difference. They're all connected. Interdimensional, wormholes, Men in Black, all of it. It's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
They're all connected.
I would agree with that.
There's no change. So the Bigfoot community and the UFO community, they all should be on one team. There should be no separation. The paranormal investigators should be all on. We should all have one big team. It's all in their plan to separate us.
Oh, okay. I don't disagree with that.
They want us all to be kooks.
Sure. I would
Separate them, make them feel alienated.
Mm-hmm. Disempowered.
And don't let them put pieces together. Yeah.
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 Disassociated, because in unity there's strength, and by fracturing there's vulnerability. Yeah.
Yeah, just like right now I can feel, like my confidence breaking down, and the energy of it just pounding on me. And my voice is starting to shake because they don't want me to talk about it. Like, is this a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream? Have I been here before? Have I done this before? How do I know that person? How do I know I've been to a town I've never been to? I mean, we've all had that, right? We call it deja vu, or a dream. We've had a dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
pushed to go somewhere we don't know why we're pushed to go to.
Yeah.
It's because we're here for a reason.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And the ones that aren't, they're too afraid to. But I have multiple stories. I have no idea where to start, but I've been looking. I mean, I have no idea how. I have like a message of like a one-way ticket to one of the top leading UFO people. And this is my only way of contact. And I can talk to him, and I won't just give him my stories because I don't even know where to start. I have had dreams, and they've come true, all the way down to my children and my husband by my dead boyfriend. And I'm not really sure with him. I'm pretty sure it was our UFO little ETs. I don't really know. I mean, it was 24 years ago, and I still sit here and wonder what the hell happened, because it felt more real than my life now.
Wow. You've been through a lot.
And I've seen the hitchhiker. I've gone to witch graves. I was Gothic. Yeah. And I can just say, keep on going and keep on looking, but don't ever go on the dark side. Don't ever stay on the dark side, and always stay within the love in the light. The love in the light. There's not love just in light. You have to find the love in the light, just like you have to find the love in the dark. You have to find the balance.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of things you're carrying. That's a pretty profound load for one person to handle.
It's what messengers do.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I mean, anytime you want to share.
You took the call too.
Well, sure.
You and you both did. You both took the call. That's why you're doing what you're doing. But I'm just letting you know.
Right. Wow.
Like, you're doing great.
Thank you so much.
You're doing great. You have an awesome group.
Yeah, we do.
In your chat.
We do have an amazing group of people that have found us, and it's funny because it's really become a family. Every time I start the show, I'm looking forward to seeing this family coming together.
Yeah. It's amazing to see how they mesh together and they support each other. It's really cool. And there's so many different views in the chat themselves that everybody's accepting of it. And that's what's probably the most special thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of one of the big things, is that there was no judgment. And that's why I started talking.
Well, I'm thrilled that you did.
Yeah.
And I hope you feel empowered to continue, because there isn't any judgments here. We don't pretend, and it's something that I believe very firmly in. There's nobody's got this stuff figured out.
No.
None of us have this figured out, but we're all enthusiastic. We're all on this journey, So we'll maybe find the answers together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, we were all born children, right? Even if we're parents, we were all born children.
Oh, sure. And I think many of us still are. I mean, I'm very childlike still. You know, I don't know when this growing up stuff happens, but I still look at the world.
I'm still in the
same way.
90s.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to move forward. When I was
I'm living in the 90s. Never getting out of it, boys,
Yeah.
never. But I just wanted to call and tell you I appreciate you. Dawn, you need amethyst, and you need tourmaline.
Tourmaline. I actually have tourmaline. And I have... Oh, that was a pink quartz you gave me, Brent.
Yep.
Tourmaline. I do have tourmaline.
Yeah, well, Brent,
What was
Brent,
the other one?
Mhm.
you need... So are you sure it's 100% tourmaline?
Who, me?
I just well. So, and did you buy it or did someone give it to you?
No, it
Because
was...
that's a difference.
Given is the only way to get it.
Right. Awesome. Perfect. But Brent, you need amethyst.
I need amethyst. Okay, I have.
So those were the
I have-
those were the two very strong things that I got from the last caller that you got last night.
Okay.
And so I wanted to put it in the chat and I didn't. But those were the two things that,
Okay.
or maybe it's the opposite. I don't know, but those are the things. But tourmaline, everyone should be carrying.
Okay.
You should always be carrying tourmaline to give.
I have always a pocket full of different things and crystals and stones. So it's just been the way I've been my whole life. So I don't know if I have tourmaline in there or
Yeah,
not.
there you go.
But I'm always picking up whatever resonates with me and putting it into my pocket because I figure I'm supposed to be holding it. So I keep it with me.
Oh.
Yeah, but for in your chat too, the tourmaline is always something that should be important to have, especially if you're out
Okay.
in the in the forest or anything,
Okay.
because tourmaline repels anything negative. So it's very, very important to have on you at all times.
Oh,
And you can
excellent.
buy little arrowheads of it.
Uh-huh. Let me look it up now.
So
I'm trying to remember because I have I have a stone that's shot with tourmaline, but I forgot what it was. I think it's just a quartz shot with tourmaline, but I can't remember where the heck. Oh, here it is, right here.
you don't have pure tourmaline.
Oh, you know what? I've got tourmaline in my back pocket.
Do you?
Yeah. It was given to me by Deb.
Do you?
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. This is my tourmaline crystal.
There you go.
Yep. It was given to me by Deb. I always carry it with me. Yep. I got that one covered. But I will find amethyst. I've got an amethyst geode over here.
Yeah, the amethyst. The amethyst is it's a pure of heart. It's a really good one. The tourmaline, the other one. Yeah, but so when you guys go out in the field, just make sure you carry it around, and it can just be a little tiny. My husband just carries a little tiny.
Right. Yeah, I have
or as big as you want. I mean, you can get them all sizes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have a white quartz that's shot through with tourmaline is what I have. I had to look it up.
Oh my God, you do?
Yep.
I'll be emailing you. I really want to see a picture of that, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry. I didn't catch. You want to do what?
She wants a picture of it.
Oh, a picture of it? I actually have a picture.
Can
of
I
it.
email you so I can see a picture of that? Yeah, that has to be really beautiful.
It's wrapped
white
in
and
right. Yeah, with the black shot through it. Yeah, it's wrapped with black zebra wire. And so yeah, it's one of those that
okay.
I've had for a while. Yeah, so it's actually wrapped as a pendant. So,
are you wearing it?
No.
Well, and one other thing is that most people don't usually look at their like totem animal, but their totem animal is going to tell them their correct stone, not their astronomy stone, but their correct stone, which is usually because it's their earth stone. So, and that's from the indigenous people, but it's their correct stone. So I would highly recommend going and looking their totem animal correct or I'm sorry, I don't want to say correct, but when you're dealing with this type of energy, it's more of a covering all bases.
Right, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna
You
go.
tap into your spirit animals.
I'm gonna post that picture of that quartz on my Facebook. Are you?
Oh, thank you.
So.
Oh, I don't have a Facebook.
Oh, well, that's fine. Well, I'll send you. I'll email you.
That's
a picture
okay.
of
I'll
it.
email you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll email you. I
It's-
don't want to spend any more time on your show. I don't want to waste any more time. But
Right.
I really want to appreciate
Oh,
everybody
absolutely.
and send blessings and love and light.
you.
And thank you guys so much for your time. And I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Just
awesome.
email
Thank
us
you.
at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com, and I'll make sure to forward it to Don. And then you guys can bounce emails.
Okay, perfect.
All right, my lady.
Yeah, and anytime you want to talk or anything,
Sure.
I'm here for you guys.
Now,
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your. What's your name in chat? I didn't catch your name.
I'm Sage.
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 Oh, okay.
Yep.
Hey, Sage. Okay. Very
Perfect.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm A Sage.
You're
Excellent.
SH.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great night.
All right, you too. Thank you for calling. Talk to you soon.
Uh-huh. Bye.
Very cool. Always wonderful to get calls. And, crystals are something I really am fascinated by. I really do feel energy from things like stones and stuff. And this one especially. This is the tourmaline that Deb sent me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just cool. It's very cool. It's a very, very cool thing. I think it's tourmaline. Yeah, because when I saw the colors on it, I'm like, oh, that's like the one in my pocket. And it's always in my pocket. That and some agates and some weird stones I picked up.
Paisley just said, "I'm giving you a piece of dragon tooth amethyst."
Yes. All right, Paisley. You know I love you. Thank you. I'll be anxiously looking forward to it. All right.
Well,
so
I think she meant me, Brent.
oh,
You know what? I bet you she might have one for you too. that watermelon. What is that? That's watermelon.
this one?
Bottom. No, down. Bottom left or right. That one.
Yeah.
That's like watermelon. What is that called?
I'm just gonna,
Paisley has one, and it's awesome.
I'm gonna put this over on the screen so people can see. This is apparently tourmaline. And this is the colors of like what's in my pocket. So it's more muted colors, but they're still beautiful. Beautiful things they are.
But
This one?
Paisley has this, and I can't remember what it's called, but she's got this big cut. It's like a 3 or 4 carat princess cut, not a princess cut, but a square cut. I can't remember what it's called, a marquee cut.
Oh, okay.
And it's like
Emerald
worth a
cut
lot
marquee.
of money.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Dang,
Wow.
that's awesome. Wow. It's okay. It's a watermelon quartz, she says. So,
Uh-huh. Gotcha. Okay. Well, those are some examples of tourmaline, I guess, that are in the screen here. I'm not a real knowledgeable person in terms of crystals, but the funny thing is this looks like the stone that I picked up in Coloma. I picked up some shards of there was this
I
weird.
haven't even seen it yet.
Well, it's just right back here next to the.
Oh, is that
those
this one here?
stones, yeah. This stone right here, ladies and gentlemen, if you see on the screen, I saw this very type of rock up in Coloma, and it was already being busted apart. It was on top of a much bigger rock out in the middle of nowhere. And so I was like, oh, that's interesting. And all these little shards of it had broken off. So I grabbed a few of the shards and put them up on the stand behind me next to the crystal pyramid that Deb gave me. But it's just really kind of interesting.
Does quartz and mica, do they grow together, or
I don't know. I'm
'cause
not sure.
That looks a lot like mica in a lot of ways, but
What is this?
there's a longer crystalline structure in there.
It's actually saying it's identifying this as tourmaline here, and it looks identical.
Huh.
Look at this one. And then look
Oh
at
no,
this.
yeah, it looks like
Exactly
that, yeah.
like this. Yeah, it's exactly like this. I mean, to a surprising degree. So I picked up a bunch when I was there. It was like it was partially shattered. There was a big chunk like this that would like be big as your fist, and then part of it was broken off, and there were all these shards all over this larger boulder, like something had broken it up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell it was being. It was sitting out. Actually, it was just outside of the hunter's cabin.
Oh, really?
That was abandoned. Yeah, it was on one of the rocks.
The one that told you to get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take your rocks and get out.
Well, the funny
that's
thing
cool.
is that I couldn't be inside of there because I didn't get any bandwidth.
Oh, right.
It started out in the day. I had 2 bars everywhere
It
around
was a
there.
portal.
And as the darkness came, it was like there was no signal inside of
Wow.
that structure. And it actually started moving out further from there that I wouldn't get a signal.
Wow.
And I was like, damn it, I had to keep backing up, and I was getting fainter and fainter. And I was like, God, are they going to be able to hear anything? But yeah, this is the rock. So I guess I picked up tourmaline in a very rough sense.
Well, actually, that would be a good thing because it's to keep out negative energy.
Yeah, it's funny.
So it's like, wow,
It just showed
that
up
was
there.
sent to you.
Yeah, it just showed up there. I
Wow,
guess.
if that's what it is. Yeah.
I mean, honest to God, that's not even that's no embellishment at all, ladies and gentlemen. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
those
happened.
are new rocks. I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they just I mean, I
You just
literally
brought 'em home, yeah.
just picked them up, but they were on top of this flattened boulder outside of that shack, and it was that one rock was kind of shattered on one end. I thought about bringing the whole big thing back, and I'm like, well,
leave some for someone else.
well, I didn't want to be greedy about it. I
Wow.
figured if I'll just take a few shards of it and bring it home. So
Right.
I did,
Yeah. Wow.
right from Coloma Ghost Town. So there you have it. That's a true story.
That is cool. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know what you guys think of all that, but
Wow.
look at the chat flying. Oh my
I
God.
know, it's going nuts.
I can't even keep up. What are they saying?
Oh, they're talking, and they're having their portal conversation with their, it's like having like dessert with family,
Right.
It's just really
Yeah.
cool.
It is cool. It's a great community we got here. And ladies and gentlemen, if anyone else wants to call in, please feel free. 720-923-0500. Again, 720-923-0500. Completes his story. Oh, I don't know. I thought Duke was talking about me, but he said Brett.
Oh,
So,
right.
Brett. Okay. All right. Good to see you, Duke. And good to see you, Julia. Thank you guys for being here.
Yes, absolutely. To our mods.
And did you have anything to read, Don?
I have this Poltergeist Rocks Town. Now, this is an old story,
Okay.
but I thought it was interesting. So, it's actually, oh, come on.
We're
So
in
it says-
100% beard vision.
Bum, bum.
Look at the screen. It's like you're all purple. It's like, because of that light up above.
Oh, yeah, huh?
You got the
Yeah, I
violet
got
light.
It's like right here, reflecting off
Yeah.
there, reflecting off here.
Oh, yeah. Makes
Just
you look
kinda-
much wiser.
Maybe Weisenheimered, but Poltergeist rocks town. The stone-throwing ghost of Gyra. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's from 1921. In April 1921, the small farming community of Gyra was rocked, literally, by an apparent stone-throwing spirit and series of other unusual happenings. Along with ghostly attacks, an elderly woman with a potato in each hand vanished into thin air. A young girl was shot in the head by her kid brother. The town's police sergeant was ordered far away for a rest, and the town was visited by a close personal friend of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It says this week, Weird Australia explores. Okay, we'll get past that. Tremendous thumping, no human agency involved. The ghostly activity began around 8 April when the Bowen family experienced tremendous thumpings on the wall of their tiny 4-roomed weatherboard cottage located about a half a mile outside of Gyra in the North Tablelands of New South Wales. Soon, these unexplained banging sounds would be accompanied by more destructive showers of stone raining down on the house. After initial investigations by the Bowens, there appeared to be no human agency involved in the wall banging and the stone throwing. These apparently supernatural attacks appear to have revolved around the Bowen's daughter, Minnie, described as unflatteringly in a 1954 Morning Herald article as a thin, dark little girl with an impassive face, and academically not as clever and backwards for her age at school. Whenever young Minnie went to the house with those tremendous thumpings, whenever young Minnie went within the house, those tremendous thumpings would accompany her. Gosh, I can't read tonight. Stones would crash through the bedroom window and land on her bed. As the attacks increased, soon every window in the house was broken. Not surprisingly, the family was left bewildered. Calling on their neighbors for help, word about the hauntings quickly spread, and the locals came to the family's defense. Night after night, the men of the township threw a double cordon around the cottage. Night after night, the stone throwing and the thunderous rapping on the walls continued. On the night of April 15th, Minnie sat in a well-lit room, watched by 2 police officers and a number of other people. Outside, in a weak moonlight, 50 men patrolled the silent fields. At about 9 o'clock, the silence was shattered by a loud knock on the bedroom wall, followed by 2 further thumps. Their force was such that it shook the entire building. The women inside the house were white with fear, but Minnie remained impassive. Mr. Davies, who was interested in spiritualism, suggested that the child should ask a question, and she immediately said, "Is that you, May?" naming her half-sister who had died some months before. Observers heard nothing, but Minnie claimed that later May had said to her, "Tell Mother I'm in heaven, and I'm quite happy. Tell it was her prayers which got me here, and I will look after her for the rest of my life." It appears the spirit of May had a strange way of caring for her mother. The article continues, there were no further disturbances that night, but 2 days later the Bowen family returned from the fields to find heavy shutters and battens nailed over the broken windows had been smashed and piled on the veranda. A few nights later, when the outside of the house was illuminated by a spotlight, 2 large stones struck the wall against which the policemen were standing. These constant supernatural attacks soon took their toll on everyone in the house. The local police sergeant, who had kept vigil at the Bowens' house over many nights, experienced a constant onslaught of flying stones and loud bangings, soon cracked under the strain. He was sent away from the town by his superiors for arrest. It may not have been the supernatural throwing and the banging that took their toll on the sergeant's nerves, however. The town seemed to be suffering from a run of bad luck. Just days before the vindictive Gyra ghost began its reign of terror, the townspeople of Gyra had been baffled by another mystery, the unexplained disappearance of an 87-year-old Irish woman, Miss Doran. On 5 April, a farm worker had reported seeing Mrs. Doran, walking across the field with a potato in each hand. She topped the rise and was gone. Even after search parties had thoroughly scoured the entire district looking for the elderly woman, no trace of her was ever found. Mrs. Doran and her 2 potatoes seemed to have vanished into thin air. Sorry, the potatoes got me. With the disappearance of Mrs. Doran and the continuing stone-throwing attack, it was little wonder the nerves of everyone in Gyra were frayed. The town apparently the apparent run of bad luck was set to continue. A young girl was shot in the head by her brother. Nobody in Gyra now felt safe without a weapon, and it was reported that women of the district began sleeping with guns within easy reach. Just how a gun is supposed to protect me from an unseen supernatural force remains unclear, however. Unfortunately, this sudden reliance on firearms for protection led to near tragedy. It was reported the Gyra mystery stone throwing continues on August 30th that a revolver left handy on a bedroom table in the tradesman's house near the railway station in case a ghost walked in was picked up by a little boy of 5 years old. He evidently thought it was a toy pistol and fired it. The bullet entered the skull of his sister, aged 6, and owing to its dangerous position, cannot be removed. Thankfully, the girl survived the accidental shooting. Were the people of Gyra simply letting their imaginations get the better of them? After interrogating young Minnie, a breakthrough in the perplexing case was announced by the police. They declared that they had full admission that the Gyra ghost was a hoax. They, the police, suspected that some of the people among the volunteers who kept a vigil around the house were sympathetic in relation to ghosts. In conjunction with this admission by a young member of the Bowen household, a girl named Minnie, that she had done a little stone throwing on her account. So, was it now case closed on the Gyra ghost? Were the volunteers sympathetic in relation to the ghost, hurling a few rocks at the house during the night? Could a young girl described as not clever and backward for her age at school instigate an elaborate hoax that had fooled her family, her neighbors, and for a time the police? Or was she simply telling the police what they wanted to hear in her admission?
Hard to say. Are you done?
Yeah, because my goodness, this keeps going on. I
Yeah,
didn't know it was so long.
It's a horribly long story.
Yeah, it is. So,
All right.
wow. So, yeah, a lot of bad luck in that town. But, you know, a young girl, let's see, did I read? I wish I could remember sometimes what I read. How old was she? She was, she was... Well, the point is we often, when we talk about poltergeists, we often talk about poltergeists in relation to, you know, young girls coming into puberty, and you know how they attach themselves that way.
Well, if they're
Or-
manifest from the person, or if they're actually in a separate
Right.
entity, it's kind of hard to know.
Right.
But those are definitely some ideas that are floating around for sure. So
It looks like they never really came to a conclusion about what it really was. The police may have just wanted to call it case closed. Yeah.
well, that's easy. You know,
Yeah.
that they love case closed because that means they can just file it away and forget about it. But
Right.
you know, police don't like unknown things, and quite honestly, why should they? Their objective is to find reason and move on. So
Right.
they're not probably the best people to investigate anything paranormal. As far as murder's great, you know, that's up their line of work. Who did it? Why'd they do it? And what happens? But we got an email from our very own Julia.
Oh.
She emailed me this on the 17th, and she said, "Hey, please read this while Don is next to you on the air.
Yeah.
It's a silly story." I don't know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I've kept my word, and I've just had it sitting here, and she just reminded me, "Hey, you can read that email." And I'm like, "What email?" And then she reminded me. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that one." So I don't know what I'm about to read, but let's see what it is.
Oh God.
Once upon a time, there was a house party with all the town's teenagers. They brought a lot of liquor to this party, and while the music was playing, if you can call it music, in the kitchen there was a noise. Suddenly, there were tiny voodoo dolls. Millions of them pouring out of the cupboards and through the vents like a horde of spider from an arachnophobia nightmare. They chanted, "We're only here for booze, for the booze, BOO''S. We're only here for the booze." The teens were not sure what to do, run or laugh. Once all the voodoo dolls went away, we can only assume they went back to New Orleans. The teens went home, sad, confused, and sober. This party did not turn into a slasher film because all the teens were sober. Once home, all the teenage boys went outside to have a smoke at the same time. Maybe it was a commercial on TV for those paranormal cigarettes. Once outside, they all got abducted by aliens and probed, what the hell, in the nose. As the aliens went about poking and prodding these kids, they found 2 brain cells, one labeled sex and the other labeled sports. Meanwhile, back on Earth, there was a commercial for the new taco place, so all the girls decided to go. The line was out to the highway, and they all had the same food. It was the human bean burrito from Don Juan's Paranormal Taco Palace. And the price point out for just $6.66. After dinner, the girls went to bed and had the strangest dream. They were on the yellow brick road. Ahead of them, they saw a very hairy, very neon green Sasquatch that spoke to them. "I'll get you, my pretty, or your ugly Ugg shoes, too." What a nightmare. Suffice it to say, there was a line out the door for returns on Ugg boots the next day. The same next day, the boys found themselves in a pickle as well. When the teenage boys awoke, they found they had a bloody nose, and on them was a bright red bra and a football helmet. The last thing they remembered was going out to smoke a cigarette. Strange things happen in this paranormal portal town. Wowza. That's funny. You just can't script this kind of stuff, Don. That's pretty interesting. All right.
Gotta love my burritos, though.
You do. Your burritos are only $6.66. Week. All right. Very wild. Very wild. So, anyway, let's continue on our journey. Thank you for that, Julia. That was the most unique story I've read, I think, in ever. That was very, very well written. Let's see what's next here. I thought I had something I was going to do. I thought I did, Don. We have a lot of people here listening, though.
I know, huh?
It's a great showing tonight. Thank you all to everybody who's here checking the show out. And if you're a first-timer, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. Julia says it's so dumb. I'm sorry for your ears. It's not so dumb. It was cute. It's just I didn't know what I was reading. I didn't know what you were writing. I didn't read it because you told me not to, and I was perplexed. But it was cute. Don't apologize it.
Marcus Aurelius said, "I just had a 7-Eleven burrito."
Oh, funny.
I miss 7-Elevens because I used to get the nachos, and I'd take that chili sauce, and just load it up.
Oh, really?
Oh God, I love that stuff.
You like some spicy food, though. Stuff. I know that.
It was horrible.
You're the only one that can keep up with the Mrs. Portal on her spicy meter.
Goodness, yeah.
Yeah, she likes some spicy. Mr. Portal, however, does not. I like to be able to chew and enjoy food before I swallow it. If I eat spicy food, I have to be like totally anaconda about it. Just pull it down the gullet in one chunk because
eat it like a cat in chunks. Yeah. Cats don't chew their food; they rip it and you swallow it. That's what they do.
Well, that explains my cat's eating habits. You know what else a cat does? And I don't understand this at all.
We're talking about Anubis.
We're talking about Anubis. So, what the hell is wrong with a cat that they can't work the edge of a bowl at all? They'll go until their nose hits the bottom, and they'll stop. There'll be this whole ridge of food all around it. He'll just be pissed because it's empty. As far as he's concerned, it's empty. It's like, no, it's right there. Look. You can't convince him until there's food in the bottom of the bowl. If he makes that hole all the way to the bottom, he's pretty sure he's been neglected. Even though there's like a mountain of cat food all around the edge of the bowl. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Man.
Ah, funny cat. He's great, though. He's kind of a neighborhood celebrity.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, people love him.
Wow.
Hey, is that your cat? Oh, he's so cool. Your cat's so cool. Sounds like he's just getting he's got like a love circuit going on here.
His name is Tomcat.
Yeah, well, he's a good cat. He's a unique little bastard, but I love him. All right, so let's see. Where the hell was I? What time do we got?
It's 8:30.
Almost 8:30. It's gone quick tonight, hasn't it?
Yes, it actually has.
We are picking up a bunch of new subscribers as well.
We like that.
Yeah, we've picked up a bunch more. So thank you to all our new subscribers as well. You guys are amazing, but you already probably knew that because only the amazing people hang out on the portal anyway.
That's right.
So
that is
we're just looking for more amazing people. That's all. Let's see.
Oh, that's right. I got that pre-night too.
You got what?
Oh, I have this pre-night. It's a green pre-night. It's beautiful. It's another stone. But anyway.
Oh, pre-night? I don't know. I just know quartz and then rose quartz and and that's about it. I don't know all the colors and what they mean. All right. This one is somebody sending in a story about caught a figure watching us by the bushes at our pool.
Ooh.
That's got to be creepy.
Oh,
that's got to be creepy because, it's like if it's their pool, it's on private property.
Yeah.
And the idea that if it's a person, it's still creepy.
Yeah.
Because they shouldn't be there. But if it's not a person, it's extra creepy because what the hell does it want, So during a trip to Dallas, Texas, my friends and I decided to go swimming at an Airbnb we were staying at in Uptown. It was Sunday night, so there was no one around at the pool in the apartment complex. We were assuming most people were getting ready for work the next morning, so it was exciting to have the time to swim with our soul friend group. S-O-L-E, not S-O-U-L. But as luck would have it, it was completely empty. The pool wasn't really large, so its surroundings were very present as everything was close by. I don't even understand what that's supposed to mean. Even in the dark, my friends and I could see clearly all of our surroundings. Because of the view from the pool, we decided to take some pictures of Dallas's skyline to send to our parents, and I'd taken 3 consecutive photos all within the same minutes, 9:21 p.m. In the first 2, there's nothing out of the ordinary, but in the final, however, a humanoid figure, presumably a person, is seen at an awkward angle towards the middle of the photo. Yeesh. All right, so he actually has a picture. Let's see if I can pull it up and see what it looks like here. Oh, what the hell? Yeah. That's 3 consecutive pictures, and this came up? Are you serious?
Yes.
Is that you?
I'm not allowed to be frivolous.
What the hell is that?
My phone.
What?
My phone, my Siri activated itself.
And said she can't be frivolous?
It says, yeah, it says, apparently my question was, are you serious? And she said, yes, I'm not allowed to be frivolous. My Siri doesn't activate unless I press the talk button.
Oh, crap. Here we go again.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, right there on the screen. My Siri decided to join the conversation all on herself.
Yeah.
What the hell? Welcome to the Paranormal
I was
Portal.
about to say the same thing.
Thank you for your involvement, Siri. I appreciate that.
Mind your own business, Siri.
Yeah. Yeah, speak when you're spoken to, Siri. No, I'm just
Where's
kidding.
my sandwich?
So that's a new one. That's never happened on the show before, but this is the portal. You talk about the paranormal,
And you
and
get
the
the
paranormal
paranormal.
happens.
Yeah. You talk to it, it talks to you back.
It does, yeah. So here's the
Wow.
photo this person submitted, and this is a creepy person just hanging out. So I'm going to finish reading. We didn't notice the figure behind us while it was presently happening. The only thing that made us go back and check the photos was once one of our parents told us not to talk to the man standing towards the back.
Huh.
We were very confused because we thought no one was there with us. That's when we noticed the figure. I understand it looks that it looks plain as day as a human, but I can't help and think how awkward it all looks. The wall with the bushes isn't very tall, and there doesn't seem to be much space between the bush and the wall, so it's hard to imagine someone hiding there. Also, the body is positioned very awkwardly. It seems very disproportionate to its surroundings and very short. Also, notice a lack of lower body. Either way, if it's a creep in the bushes, it still gives me the chills. Let me know your thoughts. Wow. Yeah, there isn't really a lower body there, is it? So, that's bizarre. And it's actually translucent down here. You would expect... I don't know.
Well, I don't know because that looks like a rock wall. What if they're behind
Well, it's
the
a
rock?
brick wall.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So they must be behind the brick wall.
Well, right, but
Whatever
they
that
just said
is.
there's no room between the bushes and the brick wall. You can see it looks like the bush is growing over the top
Yeah.
of the brick wall. Like there'd be a flat top ledge there, but the shrubbery's growing
Huh.
right over it. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to create a narrative here,
We
but
want a
this is
shrubbery.
what I'm seeing, and that is creepy. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but looks like someone was deciding to hang out and watch some swimming. The parents are like, don't talk to that person back there. And they're like, what person?
Wow.
Okay, here's another photo that they submitted showing it in the daytime. Let me pull this one up, and we'll see what this looks like.
Oh, so this gives you an aspect of where the rock wall is or the
Right.
brick wall is. And
Right, so let me pull this over and get this up.
yeah, it's,
I don't know. That's really bizarre. Is there a way to make it bigger? I guess not really. Okay, so here's the hedge, and here's that wall. I think because that's the hedge, and then I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Oh, is this it? Is this it right here? That seems to be, or over here possibly.
right, yeah, from the back, yeah. So if you're looking at an angle at that first line near the pool,
Yeah.
And you're looking like, say, kind of north through one of those, and it was standing next to it. It was standing behind one of the chairs there.
Yeah, kind of like at an angle here. I don't know. Yeah, that is a lot creepy when you look at it that way, because that's a pretty short brick wall.
Oh, there's no room in it now.
No, unless it was over here, and even then, that's curved. But there's no room between the wall and the shrubbery,
Shrubbery.
right? Wow. Okay, well that is peculiar. I don't know what to say. That one's a concerning one for sure.
Wow.
Don't talk to the weird apparitions.
No, that's probably not usually a good idea.
Wow.
But once again, that brings up the question: would we know if it was a ghost or not? You know?
Duke says haunt the like button.
Yeah. Sounds good to me, buddy.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's cool. All right, so let's see. That was a good story, though.
Shia LaBeouf.
What?
Cameron says it's Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. You can do it.
You can do it.
Just do it. He's totally tweaking out. Oh, shoot. I chose. No, I'm okay. All right. That's very wild.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh.
Got a Bigfoot one for
Ooh,
you.
Nice.
I don't know. This looks to me pretty hoaxy. I don't buy it. Let me see. Is there a way to blow the picture up? Yeah, there it is. That's no way. That's a dude in a suit. Those shoulders are wimpy.
Yeah.
Those shoulders are wimpy. That ain't no squatch, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. It says in British Columbia, the most frequent Sasquatch sightings are near Port Douglas, on Harrison Lake, and in the Harrison River, Morris Valley, and the Chehalis area. According to legend, the Sasquatch is an enemy of the Chehalis Indians. Chehalis? Okay, sorry. I'm doing my best. I'm not regional. That's your regions. There have also been sightings at Pitt Lake, and it's believed the valley leading through Stave Lake and to Harrison Lake is a migration route for Sasquatch. Oh, God, they're going to go into all kinds of history. Well, what's with the sighting? Okay. 1965, 2001. A man and wife and two dogs heard a wild noise coming from the opposite side of the road. The noise sounded like two large rocks being hit together. The strange thing was that the sound repeated itself every 5 to 10 seconds for at least 10-minute period. During this time, the dogs had put their tails between their legs and really didn't want to go find out what was making the noise.
Can't say I don't blame him.
I know, right? The man and wife stood up and shouted into the bush to see if someone was there. The hairs on their heads stood up, and they both felt a strong desire to leave. Another account was from two men who were hiking in Spindle Canyon in search of Slumac's lost gold mine. The men had set up camp for the night, and when they were just starting to fall asleep, they heard a blood-curdling scream and then a series of low, garbled noises.
I bet.
They could also smell a foul odor that resembled rotten eggs or rotting meat. At daybreak, they hiked further into the canyon and saw a Sasquatch crouched over a creek catching fish. The Sasquatch turned around and looked at the men and then ran into the bush. A logger who resided at Pitt Lake said he was heading up to the lake on his boat early in the morning, and although the waters were calm, he glanced towards the shoreline and saw a series of splashes. The man headed towards the shore to see if someone was in trouble, and as he neared the shore, he saw a tree laying in the water and an ape-like man jumping up and down on the tree. As soon as the logger was spied, the ape man quickly headed into the bush. So where's is this supposedly the picture? I don't get it. This is the Bigfoot sightings at Pitt Lake. I think it's just a collection of different encounters up there. Okay. On another occasion, a logger was cutting wood outside of his cabin. His dog began to bark, growl, and make crazy movements. The logger looked towards the bush to the location where the dog was staring and saw an 8-foot creature standing on its hind legs. The creature gave out a loud roar that didn't resemble any animal noises heard by this experienced bushman. Similarities in Sasquatch Bigfoot sightings. Well, we're not going to get into all that. But I guess this isn't actually an alleged depiction of a Sasquatch, which is good because
It's fake.
this would be skin squatch or skinny squatch.
Skinny squatch.
This would be wimp squatch or something because, they are just incredibly. If you put another 3 feet of shoulders on this guy, then it might start looking like that, and about another 3 feet of height.
Mm-hmm.
Then this you can tell this is a suit. I thought they were trying to represent that as a photo, but I guess
hope
it was
not.
just.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like it.
That is not only doesn't sound like it, it doesn't look like it. Those arms are much too short, even though he's got longer finger extensions on. That his hands are obviously ending right around the hips, which is pretty. If you ever want to get into Sasquatch and really understand how to, at least preliminarily, potentially debunk what are hoaxes, Thinker Thunker did a great job talking about body ratios.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about primate ratios versus human ratios. And primate ratios between all the great apes, the chimpanzees and stuff, and allegedly the Bigfoot, which you may or may not agree was a primate, but it is obviously somewhat primate because, we are primates as well, but we have quite a bit of a variation in our body ratios.
Right.
And but gorillas and Bigfoot and chimps all share, and orangutans all share very similar body ratios. And so if you watch that, you really learn a lot about how to look at these Bigfoot pictures and at least try to understand, am I looking at something that could represent the real thing, or am I looking at somebody just trying to pull one? And so his work on that was so brilliant because it really gives you something to pull out of your pocket as a preliminary measure.
Yeah.
Like, no, those arms are way too short. No, and even though it's a wimpy looking guy, if the arm ratios were longer and the legs were a little bit shorter, it might be. They're clearly, this is human dimensions right here. This is just human dimensions.
Right.
With oversized feet.
Yeah.
Shoes or whatever. But
I think those arms are a little long too.
Well, these aren't long enough actually. But I think he's got like a hand extender.
Right,
on
exactly,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, it should be down by his knees.
By his knees.
Yeah.
He needs a little more leg.
Yeah, and where his elbow bends is very human. A Sasquatch bend would be down here. The head sits too high up on the shoulders. It should be down and almost in front of the shoulders a little bit. They do have necks, but the way their bodies are ratioed and proportioned is quite a bit different than people. And so it just gives you something to look at. And, I think that's wonderful because so many people are trying to pull this crap all the time.
Yes.
Oh, look at this. A Sasquatch came into my camp and I got it on film, and they're looking to get viral, and they're trying to make a name for themselves. A lot of hoaxers in the Bigfoot community and stuff, and that's also a big problem. So these kind of things at least give you a measure to work with. I would recommend everybody look at it. If you're interested in knowing more about those body dimensions. So, absolutely. But I do like, those Bigfoot stories. I mean, they're fine.
Right.
None of those sound like they're impossible. They all sound like they could be very credible. And that's really cool.
That's the way we like it.
And those little excerpts come out of anomalian.com, ANOMOLIEN.com, and it was just a quick little blurb about Bigfoot sightings at Pitt Lake. So very cool. They did a good job. I thought that picture was allegedly representing a Sasquatch, but I'm pleased that it wasn't because it's obviously not. In my opinion, it's not. Not that I'm an expert, but I do look for those ratios. After Thinker Thunker brought those up, I was like, he's onto something totally. And he shows like the Patterson Gimlin film, and he shows a lot of other material that could very well be real, and then he compares it to what he believes are obvious hoaxes, and you can see the difference. And he did a great job. Pitt Lakes has several sightings. That's true, Duke says. Oh, hey, Cha-Cha. Good to see you. Glad you made it.
Yep, she finally made it.
Well, good. You know, unfortunately, Cha-Cha's got to do dishes because she came in last. So just feel
It's
free to
lucky
leave.
she's not scrubbing the basement.
Nobody scrubs the basement. If they do, they don't report about it. They don't tell of it. All right. I don't know. Some of these seem a little bit sketchy, but let's see what this one might
Some
be.
seem sketchy.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's with any of these, when you pull them out of these mass submission sites, it's hard to know
Yeah, true.
if there's any merit to them at all, or if it's just somebody creative writing. But I guess we can read this one. No, let me find another one. Ooh, this one might be good. This has to do with the shadow people. Let's see. Let's see.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. All right, so it's very, very short. Let's see. All right, it says, today I saw it, a dark creature, humanoid, swooshing around before my balcony in second floor. I often see shadows that are moving and feel watched, but today it was different. It was storming here in Bavaria, Germany, and there were lightnings. I watched the last episode of, wait, what the hell's that? Something on Netflix, OITNB, and this was posted 14 days ago, so on Netflix, and suddenly I felt some shivering. In my peripheral vision, I saw a shadow flying around outside of my balcony, and it appeared again and again until I clearly turned my head and looked outside, and then it was gone. Was this a shadow person? What should I do? Are they dangerous? Edit, was just outside walking my dog 19 minutes past midnight and had the feeling again, saw a walking shadow in the distance, and felt watched the whole time. Well, if it's outside, good news for you. That's a good place for them, and I would encourage you to leave them there.
To leave them there.
Don't bring them in and try to give them milk.
No milk and cookies for you.
No bowl of milk for the shadow people.
If you want milk, you have to go get it from the mutilated cattle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, but yeah, I think if something's outside of your house, that's okay. You may see things outside your house, but if they're inside your house, then you've got reason to have some concern, because then they've crossed a threshold. You know, then they've hit that dangerous point.
Right, right.
So, oh, Carrie says thank you, by the way.
Oh, hey.
He's
Awesome,
a
Carrie.
great
Yeah,
show,
you're
man.
very welcome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It was fun. It was nice meeting Tracy and talking with him for a bit.
Yeah, sorry
That was
about the
cool.
rough beginning, though. I just, it's, you know,
He claims to be an amateur.
well, I am an amateur on that setup for sure. But Daniela did a great job.
Oh,
she was a marvelous,
backed up nicely, yeah.
and she kept the conversation flowing. I really didn't, feel like I needed to be there. She just really ran the show and did great. I mean, she did wonderful. So awesome time for sure. Sorry to interrupt our conversation for that, but I just thought I'd let Don know since he's sitting
That's
here.
awesome, yeah.
It's nice to have you here, Don.
It's nice to be here.
You should be here more.
I should. I should.
Okay, so here's one from, let's see, when is this one from? Okay,
I don't
this
know.
is something that happened in 2011 or 2012 from southwesternish Michigan in a medium populated city. I got family in Michigan. This happened right outside the metro area and was fairly populated. So me, 19-year-old female, and my boyfriend, 22-year-old male, at the time he was, now an ex-boyfriend, were staying at my mom's apartment, and it was 6-unit places, 6-unit place with 3 floors. What?
Well, you refer to a Netflix show, ONT.
OITN or something?
It's Orange is the New Black.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Thank you,
appreciate
Mongolian
that.
Monster.
Mogollon. All right, thank you. All right, so it was a 6-unit place with 3 floors. Second and third floor both had balconies. My mom and I grew up there too. Lived on the second floor near the open yard. The balconies face a super busy street. Speed limit is 40, and it's well lit except for the yard, and the fencing and the bushes on the outside of the fence create a shadow, but it's not completely pitch black, just especially when the motion activated light pops on about 15 yards away. This light is not triggered by small animals. My pug used the yard as his toilet, and he wouldn't trigger it, so I would have to slightly wander near it to get it to turn on, so I wasn't completely in the dark. This complex is also the place of a murder.
Ooh.
A woman in the apartment above my mother's was murdered by being thrown off the balcony back in the early 80s. Super creepy. Yeah, that is really creepy. We were smoking a cigarette on the balcony talking about random things. Earlier that week, we also swore that we saw a UFO in broad daylight. Me, him, and my mom all saw it, which had caused us to be hyper aware of our surroundings, and it was close to 2 a.m. I'd kind of spaced out and was staring off into the dark inside of the yard when I thought I saw someone standing at the fence line of our property. It was dark enough to where I could see the outline, and it looked like he had a top hat on. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Not believing my own eyes, and a top hat? I blinked a few times trying to focus. I'm a contacts lens wearer. You know, all that blinking, and he was gone. I kept waiting to see movement between the bushes as if they were walking on that sidewalk, but nothing. They obviously weren't in the front yard, and there's nowhere in sight. Confused, I went to ask my boyfriend. He had seen that, and he beat me to it. Did you just see that guy? I whipped my head around to face him and was like, you saw him too? He was like, yeah, it was weird. And then he asked a question that made my blood run cold. Was he wearing a top hat? I felt all the color drain out of my face. Before I could respond, that motion light in our yard kicked on with nothing in the yard. My boyfriend looked at me and I slowly nodded, and he immediately bolted back into the apartment with me hot on his trail. We locked the door and even shut the curtains. That was when he taught me about the shadow people. Thank God I've never had any encounters since then, and I honestly try not to think about it. I don't like sitting in dark rooms alone. I don't like watching television in the dark alone. Dark plus alone equals nope. There was one other time recently. I think I encountered shadow people in my yard, and I was smoking a cigarette, different place, and I had a direct line of sight into my backyard, which was to my right. I was so convinced I saw someone in the yard, I actually called the police, who, shocker, said there was no one there. Another ex-boyfriend of mine who lives in the same area as me swore he saw something that would remind me of a skinwalker.
Ugh.
He told me that he saw a man with a deer's head, and then the thing just vanished on the spot. Really creeped me out. I now live on property that has a tree line in the very back and a creek running behind the trees, and every once in a while I'll hear odd noises in the middle of the night that don't belong to anything native to us. And rapid splashing. Splashing sounds far too large for a fox. What's behind the creek? Factories and industrial sites. There's some dense woods adjacent to that site. Usually my dog's hackles will raise, and she'll let out a throaty growl. I've witnessed elongated shadows from our neighbor's light that shines into our yard, with no human in the path of the light, and no one lives there. My dog will randomly growl towards our backyard at various hours. She'll refuse to go out, or she'll go out, disappear into the tree line, and then bolt back whimpering. If my dog is afraid, so am I. Wow.
So, may I ask the question exactly what kind of cigarettes are those? Because there's so many stories. We talked about this last week. You know, it's like so many stories, and everybody's talking about it in the chat. They're like, "Oh, it's got everything to do with cigarette smoking," and Duke's like, "No wonder they had to try to stop cigarettes. Too many UFO and Bigfoot sightings."
Right.
You know, I'm like, "Oh my God."
Right.
But you know, sometimes I wonder, is there a connection? And Sage asked, you know, is there a connection? And you know what? It seems to be. You know,
Right.
I don't know though. I mean, is the cigarette smoking the what causes the sightings, or is it the sightings that causes the smoking?
Right. I don't know. Now here's the interesting thing. We got two calls on the board.
Oh,
Same number, both calls, a minute apart. From Kent, Ohio. So I imagine that's D, but let's see. Is this you, D? Hello?
caller, hello.
Nobody's on that call. Okay, let's get off of that one. Let's try the second one, which is still on the board. And this is area code 330. You're on the air.
Let's try the second one, which is still on the board.
Hello, Diane.
And this is area code 3.
No, they all disconnected.
Huh.
They all disconnected. I think it was Diane.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would have thought so too.
that's Ohio.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. There was two of them, though. Two calls.
Yeah. It was same number.
1 minute apart, but only. I don't know.
Why were they both hanging on? She must have gotten a new phone.
Oh, that could be. Maybe she did. Well, I'm sorry the call didn't work. I tried to connect, but very weird. Unless it's not Diane. I don't know. That's the only other person I know in that area. So it is a new number, though, so I don't know. But anyway, no, Diane, you're in the chat. Did you just call? Diane Swiger, hello? Might take her a second. I don't know what's going on. That was weird, though. 2 active calls, but only 1. Did you hear my voice come through the second one, like the speaker?
Yeah. So
It was me. My phones are acting up. Okay. It was you. Okay.
well, then it's nothing paranormal. It's just
Well, no,
It's
Dee,
para
Dee's
D.
plenty paranormal. we love Dee, but she's paranormal. She's all kinds of paranormal, but in a good way. All right, so Don, what do you got?
What do I got?
Yeah, we got about just a minute or 2 left, so
Well, sure.
we're about winding out the night, I guess.
Winding it up, winding it out.
I snore as well,
You know,
MCAT. I suck furniture in almost.
You've seen that picture of the deer on the high tension wires?
Yes, I did.
You know,
yeah.
and there's a story that says, this happened from a train. You know, it was hit by a train and it flew up there, but
What?
yeah, that's what it was, a speculation apparently, but there is no way.
There's no way a
There's
train knocked the deer up
no,
there.
because they don't throw them that far. You know, there's
Well, they're also, it's not like they have the old wedge that they used to in the
they
old
don't.
days that would bounce it up.
yeah,
It's, they have a
it's
wall.
Well, they're wedged now in to
To
the
push things
sides,
out, yeah.
right? To push it out,
Yeah.
instead of throw it up, because if it throws it up, it can still land on the train.
Right.
So if it was
Or
wedged,
in the track.
wedged this way, it pushes it left or right instead.
Right.
So that makes no sense,
Right. No, I saw that one, and you guys will have to check it. Yeah, they don't use the cow catchers anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I forgot that term, Duke, but you're right. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
So whatever the hell did it, now I heard somebody say it could be a mountain lion. Now, mountain lion will drag deer up a tree.
Yes, but not that kind of a power line.
Well, I don't know how a mountain lion could do that without getting fried.
Yeah, exactly.
To leave it up there and just boom, gone. Now that kind of does make you think about the pterodactyl things,
Yeah, true.
or the big
Yeah,
the big bird
they
things.
squash down and
Thunderbird,
pick it up and
yeah.
throw it away.
Maybe it's a thunderbird.
Ooh,
Yeah, could be. I don't know. It's strange to see.
Thunderbirds.
Yeah, so it's strange, but I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
what it is.
crazy.
I don't know what it is, but I see. I think Dee's trying once again.
Yep.
We only got about a minute and a half, but let's talk to Dee. Are you
Hi,
there, Dee?
Hi, yeah, I'm having a lot of tech trouble recently. We had a big storm last night, so I wasn't even in last night. And today, my home phone doesn't seem to call out, and I've been having trouble with this one, which is my mobile. So
You sound
it's
different.
been kind of weird around here.
You sound different.
And I wanted to talk about it, but we
Hello?
don't have time.
Are you there?
I'm going to have to call back.
No, it's fine. I mean, you sound different though. Are you feeling different?
Do I?
Yeah, but it's in a good way. It's like you're stronger. Your energy's a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a lot going on.
Okay.
I was glad to hear from H.H. It sounds like she's a sister.
Yeah, it does.
And I hope she keeps coming back.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I got in kind of late, so I didn't hear the whole thing.
Uh-huh. Well, you can always...
Hey, I can hear you
Yeah.
on this phone. Oh, that's it. I can call you on my cell phone now. And then I'll hear you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, maybe... yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Okay, great. Maybe we just found something good out.
Well, I hope.
But
a
yeah,
lot
I
did.
tried calling you, and it's weird how it layered calls.
Oh,
Yeah, it was 2 calls, and I could
I don't
hear.
get it.
I could hear my own voice bouncing back on the second
Right,
line,
yeah.
but you didn't answer or couldn't answer or
I
what?
kept saying, "Hey."
You did? Because I could hear my own voice coming back from your speaker.
I didn't hear any voice from D. Not at all. Yeah.
Not at all, yeah. But I
Yeah,
could.
see,
Huh.
that is the weird thing that I was saying, is that it is very strange, because I kept saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. You heard your voice, not me.
Right.
Right.
What?
Yep. I could hear my own voice bouncing back. Yeah. Very strange.
I don't get it, man. It's really weird.
Well, I'm
God,
really
it's
pleased
like
to hear.
I need another weird.
Yeah, I'm really pleased to hear how strong you sound now. I'm really glad to hear that. Good for you. Whatever you're doing.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yep. I can feel it. It's really good.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I am. I am doing a few things. So, basically, I just wanted to let you know, you haven't heard from me for a while, so I'm okay.
Okay, good.
I've just been taking care of business, and
Okay.
I have had phenomena. A phenomena. Anyway, we should Weird Al that, phenomena.
Right.
I know.
Well,
Yeah, Orange County Cha-Cha could do that. She's the one who called in and went
oh yeah.
snoring.
That's right.
I
I almost forgot about that. But
get the paranormal chorus going.
yeah. Well, I call in again though, because we'd love to hear from you and hear what's going on. Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, I'll use this phone then.
All right. Sounds wonderful.
And a great show tonight, and I love you guys. And I'll be in as often as the tech permits.
Sure.
Love you.
All right. We love you too.
Stay weird. And
That's all we can be.
bye.
See you now. All right. So that
Bye,
was,
D. Thank
that
you.
was our friend
Yeah.
D Swagger, and she called in. Always good to hear from you guys. So I guess that's going to wrap up our journey for tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We have a lot of fun on these shows when we can all get together and Don can be here and we can just sit back and chat.
Cha-Cha said, all I have to do is look longingly into the mirror, the camera. God, I can't talk tonight. And bat my beautiful eyelashes, and money will fall from the sky.
That's what you have to do, or she does?
That's what she told me to do. She said it works for her. I did it. I don't see any pennies from heaven.
I'm waiting. I'm blinking like hell too.
I don't
I'm
know.
just going crazy.
Maybe they're dropping into the back of my pickup.
Did any super chats come in while I'm blinking, Don?
No. No.
All right, just try it. Do we sell any shirts? I'm still going here.
No.
Okay. No. Any more downloads of the song? Nothing.
Not that I know. of,
Okay.
yeah. So,
All right.
Sorry, bud.
Well, I'll just, I'm just trying it out, trying out this new magic I just learned about. So. All right, guys. So that I'm not doing it right. Oh,
Now we're not doing it right.
all right. That's
She
just,
told me I was perfect.
ooh. Well,
I like hearing that.
I'm sure you do.
should see me
I'm
in
not
my
used to hearing
Speedo.
such things. Oh God, don't leave me tonight with that in my head. Come on, say something else quick. I need another Donism in my head quick. Not you in a Speedo, for God's sakes. Oh no. So I got to read chat quick until I get a different happy thought. Yeah, if you want to keep the portal going, please donate PayPal.
That's a happy thought.
/ Paranormal Portal. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up our journey tonight. As dysfunctional as we are family.
We are. You never.
And if you're here with us and have been hanging around and taking part in the joyous festivities,
you're weird too.
you are family as well. So, you don't always get to pick your friends, but you can pick your nose.
You can pick your nose. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friends' nose.
And you can't wipe your friends on the back of a couch. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Or while you're driving down the road, the bottom of the seat.
Sorry. All right, that's all we got tonight.
That's it, we're done.
Geez, as broken and stupid as this is. we have fun doing it. But everybody, good night. Thank you so much for being here. We love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day. And remember to laugh as much as you can. All right, guys, good night. And I'll be back tomorrow with the bedtime stories.
Love you all.
Love, 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 love. All right, good night.
Good night. We're here for
Oh
the
my
eye batting.
God.
Hold on. Eye batting. Hold on. Don's gonna.
Done. It worked, Joshua.
It works.
Thank you, MCAT, brother.
Thanks, MCAT.
You are just magical. That's so funny. It works.
No, that's funny.
Come on, Don, quick. One more time.
One more time.
All right. All right. Good night,
Love you.
everybody.
Bye.
See ya.